top-notch news team. News Channel 5 continues.
Good morning. I'm Allison Glovna. Here's what's making news. The Atlanta Braves crushed the Yankees last night in New York. Braves hit 3 home runs. The final score was 12-1. And President Clinton is here in Cleveland. He'll hold a rally this morning at 9:30 at the Tri-C campus in Parma. Stay with us here at News Channel 5. We'll bring you another update in 1 hour.
A ruthless beauty.
You're a conceited, black-hearted varmint, Red Butler.
A fascinating stranger.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Destined for each other.
Take your hands on me, you skunk!
Their passion binds them, but their passion blinds them. Will this fierce love last? Clark Gable, Vivian Lee, Gone with the Wind.
Late night Friday on News Channel 5.
Gina Davis and Rennie Harlan, Monday live on 5.
TV5, WEWS, Cleveland.
Good morning from New York. I'm Tanya Schurz.
And I'm Mark Mullen. Hope you had a good weekend. In the news of this hour, a working weekend for the presidential candidates. Anger and fear over attacks against children. Braves 12, Yankees embarrassed. Also coming up this half hour, election predictions from leaders of Congress, and Spike Lee talks about his movie on the Million Man March. Let's begin, though, as usual, with the top of the news. Here's Tanya.
Thanks, Mark. It's just over 2 weeks to Election Day, and Bob Dole is still struggling to gain ground. The latest ABC News tracking poll gives President Clinton a 12-point lead. It is 52% for Clinton, 40% for Dole, 4% for Ross Perot. We have a report now on the Dole campaign from ABC's John Donvan.
In the gloom of a heavy downpour, in the shadow of what even his allies call a likely defeat, Bob Dole spent his day fishing for electoral small fry.
I'm in New Hampshire because I want to win this state. I placed second a couple of times. I want to place first for a change, and I want it to happen on November 5.
New Hampshire is one of the smallest prizes of this presidential contest, with only 4 electoral votes. So why was Dole here with campaign time running out? One explanation from Dole's New Hampshire friend, former Senator Warren Rudman.
Oh, I think that he had a free campaign day, and Bob Dole doesn't like to sit in an armchair. New England has been soft for him, as we all know, and if he was going to come to New England for one last trip, New Hampshire's the place to come.
Although Dole is struggling with a cold, he continues to sharpen his attack on Bill Clinton's ethics. He called for a ban on contributions from abroad and continued to charge that Clinton improperly received such contributions.
Foreign aid has finally reached America. We're getting foreign aid now, but it's all going to the Democratic National Committee.
Dole will continue pushing the ethics button, his staff says, until voters pay attention. John Donvan, ABC News, Nashua, New Hampshire.
President Clinton has begun a campaign swing through 5 states crucial to his re-election bid and to other Democrats. ABC's Ann Compton is traveling with President Clinton.
In the Northeast, his lead in the polls appears unbeatable, but President Clinton was careful not to declare the race won.
I'd like to celebrate, scream, and shout, but it's not over yet. It's a long way from over.
If the president does score a landslide victory 2 weeks from now, Democrats see a real shot at regaining control of Congress. What he is doing these days should make Republicans even more nervous.
Thank you, and God bless you.
The president is raising tens of millions of dollars for Democrats like Robert Torricelli, who is slightly ahead in the race for New Jersey's Senate seat. Democrats need a net gain of 3 seats to take the Senate, and only 19 in the House, where as many as 45 races are now considered too close to call. Half of those are freshman conservative Republicans swept in with the Newt Gingrich class of 1994. A big win at the top of the ticket produces coattails.
They'd like him to come to their district or their state because it swells turnout and it swells his vote. And the more votes he gets, it lifts the tide under their candidacies as well.
And the Democrats are racing frantically to catch up with the overwhelming financial advantage Republican congressional candidates have this year. President Clinton is the star attraction at a series of galas designed to net $10 to $15 million for the Democratic candidates by Wednesday of this week. Ann Compton, ABC News, New York.
Palestinians and Israelis have put off resuming formal talks today. However, after a late-night negotiating session, the two sides have agreed to continue informal talks. They have reportedly narrowed their differences over a redeployment of Israeli troops in the West Bank village of Hebron.
The killing of 4 girls in a child sex scandal in Belgium has prompted a wave of protests. In Brussels, protesters took aim against what many charged was a corrupt system that allegedly protected a ring of pedophiles. The story from ABC's Linda Patilla.
More than 250,000 people filled the center of Brussels in an outpouring of anger and frustration at a political and legal system they say has failed their children. For our little girls, it is too late, one victim's mother said, but there must be change. 13 people have been arrested so far in connection with a scandal that included kidnapping, murder, and child molestation. One, a convicted rapist, had been released 10 years early from a 13-year sentence. There are charges the government has not been forthcoming, that there has even been a cover-up. But what set off a week of spontaneous outbursts of public emotion was the dismissal of the judge in the case after he attended a fundraising dinner given by parents of murdered and missing children. Students and teachers boycotted classes.